commerce never stops. From planetary settlements to orbital depots, the trade lanes are busier than ever. Meeting that growing demand is the CG-440 Anchor Point, Lindan Engineering Corporation's answer to dependable planetary hauling. Though classified as a light freighter, the Anchor Point is purpose-built for efficient transit between surface terminals and orbital stations. Its compact profile allows full spaceport access without compromising total payload capacity. 2 reinforced forward prongs support modular cargo configurations, while a dedicated internal bay provides additional storage, bringing total payload capacity to over 100 tons, a class-leading figure when compared with other light haulers. Power is distributed through a dual-core reactor system, feeding the central STL-110 sublight engine and the T-7R VTOL thrusters. This configuration delivers stable lift operations, steady atmospheric handling, and consistent performance, even on high-gravity worlds. Rated for single-pilot operation, the Anchor Point remains efficient by design. A fully appointed interior allows pilots to chart the most efficient routes and is capable of accommodating an additional passenger when required. Along established trade routes, reliability extends beyond propulsion. Dual NKV electrophoton cannons and rotary autocannons provide dependable defensive coverage, while integrated ion phaser beams assist in clearing debris fields and dense approach zones. Integrated into daily trade operations across the settled systems, the CG-440 Anchor Point serves as a dependable platform for regional logistics operators and independent haulers alike. The CG-440 Anchor Point by Lindan Engineering Corporation.
Alright shipwrights, welcome to another LEC build. If you know my channel, you know I have a soft spot for rugged industrial haulers, and today we're going to be adding a versatile new workhorse to the fleet. The CG-440 Anchor Point features a dual forward cargo prong design that's a bit of a signature feature on my cargo grid line of ships from Starfield. If you happen to have seen the CG-900 Star Anchor or the CG-270 Anchor Light, you'll recognize that dual prong silhouette, which is heavily inspired by the forward prongs of the Vulture salvage ship from Star Citizen and the Venture mining ship from EVE Online. My original plan for this ship was to make this a one-to-one recreation of the CG-270 Anchor Light build from Starfield. But once I finished the VTOL landing thrusters, the design felt much closer to the larger Star Anchor, so I just decided to make this a new ship entirely called the Anchor Point. Now, simulating modular cargo in No Man's Sky takes a bit of imagination. Since we're limited on the actual cargo modules available, I've used the Ambassador wing modules to act as our external cargo containers. There are other parts that you can use here, but I felt like the Ambassador wing modules looked the best. And when you set them to different colors, they actually look like different cargo containers on a ship. As far as the build process goes, we'll be doing various merge techniques to offset some of the parts, but none of it is complicated. The guide is broken into chapters with timestamps, and all of the instructions are subtitled, so you can build at your own pace. But always remember, if you have any questions or if you get stuck anywhere, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. Alright, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. First off, I just want to apologize for the delay on this video. I did spend a couple of days trying to grind through the Remnants expedition, and coming from a Starfield player, I can honestly say that I really appreciate the salvaging mechanic. It's not that deep, but as it is, this should have been a gameplay mechanic in Starfield. I also thought it was easier than Breach since we just stick with one planet and basically this one salvaging mechanic. I would have finished it a few hours sooner too, but I ran into that waypoint milestone bug in Phase 3. Ended up just finishing all the other milestones first, and then the waypoint started working after. Apparently this was patched, which is good, but I do still recommend completing all the other milestones first so you can unlock the ship at the end, and then you can use that to fly to the remaining waypoints to save on time. Another tip I have comes to loading the flatbed. I recommend putting the bulkiest items at the rear of the flatbed and then the smaller items closer to the middle or the front. It's very easy for a single bump to launch all the scrap that you put on the Colossus off the flatbed, and those larger items do a great job of acting as an extended wall. And you just want to try to fill any gaps on the flatbed with extra scrap to keep everything tighter in place when you're driving around. Moving on to Starfield. My next video will be a Starfield build guide, and it's easily become one of my favorite ships that I've built, so I'm really excited to show that one to you all. You may have already seen the No Man's Sky version of it, but if not, it's called the Dune Runner, and if you're a fan of asymmetric ships or Corellian ships from Star Wars, I think you might like this one. Last thing, my channel just hit 7,000 subscribers, and I really can't thank you enough for all the support that you've shown. I really enjoy talking to you all about shipbuilding and ship design, and it's truly an honor that you all continue to tune in. I really appreciate it. As always, feel free to reach out to me in the comments if you have any questions or build requests, or if you just want to chat all things Starfield and No Man's Sky shipbuilding. This is Lindan, signing off. See you in the sky.